The Textbox control is one of the most important ones in WinForms because it lets user input data, right? So using Textbox, we gather data in our program. Textbox is for user input. In the last chapter, we covered the label control. Label control is the read-only control. You cannot write in the label. Labels are used to show information, not for data input. Now we will be able to develop more practical applications because we will read data in our program, process the data, and display the result. From the toolbox, we need to drag the text box, but first we need to find it. If I scroll down, so here we have our text box control. You can also search for it. So drag a text box on the form. This is how text box looks like. And in this text box, you can simply input data. So let's run the program and see the output. So you see our text box, the cursor is blinking, and that means we can provide here something. We can provide the text, we can provide numbers, etc. So very simple and elegant control for data input. In order to label the text box, we use label control. So let's drag a label control and place it right here. Now this text box, let's say for inserting name or providing name to the program, so we can change the text to the label such as name. Now the user know that this text box is for name. Now the text box control has several important properties which you need to know. And of course, the first property is the name property. Text box are for user input. That means they will definitely be used in the code. So we must assign a good and recognizable name to our text boxes so that the data reading become correct in the code file. As this text box is for reading the name, so the text box name should be TBX. TBX represents the text box and the functionality, which is name. The TBX name is a proper and good name to this text box. So that was the name property, and we need to be very careful about it. Another property, as you know, is the text property. The text property represents the text inside the control. If I put something here, let's say hello, you will see the text appears in the text box. So we usually don't update the text property of the text boxes. Text property is actually used in the code in order to read the user input. So just remove the text from the property window. Right under the text property, we have another interesting property, text align property, which is set to left. You can also change it to right or center, but the left is most common. Text boxes also have character limits. If I scroll up, so here we have maximum length property, which is set to 32,767 characters. So maximum length actually specifies the maximum number of characters that can be entered in the control, in the text box control. So if you want, you can control or set another limit to your text box. Another interesting property is a read-only property. So we can make a text box work like a label just by turning the read-only from false to true. Now you can see our text box has become just like a label, right? So let me turn it back to false. Multiline can also be activated on the text box. If you need a text box to gather a text, a long text, then you can activate a multiline. As you activate the multiline, switching it to true, then you have options to drag it and make it bigger like this. So multiline option is also there. Let's turn it back, make it false. And you see this small arrow sign at the top, the right top area. If you click on this small arrow, then you also have the option to activate the multi-line property, right? So you can activate the multi-line property directly using this option. Another useful property to guide the user is placeholder text. The text disappears as the user starts typing. For example, this first text box is for inserting the name. So we can put a placeholder here, enter your name here like this. You can see the placeholder. So let's run the program and see how does it react. We unfortunately don't see any placeholder because we have only one text box and cursor is automatically placed here when the application starts. That's why a placeholder disappears. For example, I put another text box here. This is the text box, and we just wanna insert the placeholder. This is the placeholder. Let's say enter age, right? Now let's run the program and check the output. And here you see the placeholder text. As the cursor comes here, this will disappear, and here you see our another placeholder text in the first text box. Enter your name here, right? Now remove the text box. And now the final property here is password char property. This property is used to create a password look like text box where the characters are actually replaced by our own provided character. For example, I want to replace each and every character provided by the user in this text box with an asterisk. So I will provide a single character here, asterisk. This is not a crypting, this is just hiding. Right? So let's run the program and check the output. Now provide any text here, and you can see the characters are actually hidden. So that was the password char property. Let's remove the character from the property and make it a normal text box. So these were the important properties related to the text box. We use them, update, and manipulate them. Now let's move on and learn the real use of the text box. Read the data in the program and process it. We are going to develop a simple application. User will provide its information. We will receive the information in the program and then display it back on the form. So here we have our name text box. We can copy and paste it multiple times like this. You can see the rapid development in WinForm. So this is the name, and here we will read the profession. So the title should be profession. It's just the size or the placement, and this is for username or simply user ID, and this one is for password. Change the placement, and we need another set. Let's say the last one is for age. Select the label, change the text to age. So this is our application. We are going to read some information from the user. We can also select all the text boxes and increase the text size, font size. Let's say the font size is set to 9. You can convert it to or change it to, let's say, 13. Right? And now the naming. The naming is very important. The first text box is one name, and its name is TBX name. The second one should be TBX profession, TBX profession, and the placeholder text is confusing. So we can change the placeholder text here and profession like this. And the third text box is for user ID. The name should be TBX user ID, and the placeholder text is enter user ID. And now the password text box, the name is TBX password, and the placeholder text is enter password like this. And the last one is for age. The name property, once again, very important. TBX age is the name. All the names are programmatic, and enter age, right? So user gonna provide some information, and we will read the information when the button is clicked. So we need a button. Let's drag a button on the form like this, and the text is submit information, and the name of the button is BTN submit. And finally, we need a label control to show the submitted information. The name of the label is LVL submitted information. Auto sign is set to 4 so that we can change the size of our label. Let's say this is the size of our label, and the font size is also same as the text box says. Here we have 13 pixels, and the visible property is set to false. We will show the label when the information is submitted successfully. So let's just run the application and check the interface or the output. So you see a form with 5 text boxes, a button, and label here is hidden. It's now time to program the application. Everything is programmed behind the click event. So let's assign the click event to the button, double click on the button, and here we have the click event. We have 5 text boxes with different pieces of information. We will read the information and save them in different variables. So the first information is name, and for that we have text box name, and now we will, on the text box, we will call the text property. We are going to read the text property. Text property represents the text inside the text boxes. So the name provided by the user will be saved in the name variable, and we have a string profession, and for that so we have profession text box, and once again the text property string user ID. And for that, we have a text box, user ID, text property, and now we have string password. And for that, we have tbx password dot text. And finally, we have age. So string age tbx age dot text. So you see, this is how we read input data. Let me put a comment: read input from the text boxes. It's now time for processing. Before we display information back to the form, we must validate our variables. We must validate the data. We don't want the user to leave any text box empty. So in an if statement, we are going to control all the variables. If not, its string is null or empty. The first one is the name variable. It's not the string, it's null or empty. And the second one is it's null or empty. And the third one is not a string, it's null or empty. And this time we are gonna pass the user ID is not a string, it's null or empty. The password, and the last one is it's not a string, it's null or empty. Age. So we are controlling all the variables for not null or empty. If the condition becomes true, that means all the text boxes have some data. And in this case, we can build an output string. So let's just have a string variable inside the event method, output message, which is empty. And now we can build this output message. Sorry, output message, information received. And now we will provide name, new line, profession, new line, user ID, user ID. The password is sensitive and it is not a good idea to show the password in clear text. So we can simply show the asterisk like this. And then finally, we will show the age variable, right? So this is our output string, and this output string we are gonna show here in our label. The name of the label is LBL submitted information. So let's just insert LBL submitted information of text and assign the output message to it. And now we are gonna visible this label control. That's it. So you see the input in the program from the text boxes. Here is the process, and here is the final result output. And when any of the text box is empty, we can display a message box. We can attach an else statement. to the if statement, and here we can display a message box, show like this, provide full information. That's it. Let's now run the program and check the output. And here we go. Let's just start providing the information. Name, it's Sala. Teacher, user ID is Sala. Password is ABC123. Now without entering my age, I just try to submit the information. There must be a text box. Here is say provide full information. Now we provide my age here as well. Now click on the button, submit information. You will see the summary of the information here in the label box provided. And here you see the information. So that was an interesting application, right? So that was the Textbox Control that we covered in this chapter. And you can see now we are able to create much better application, practical applications. So this is the end of the chapter. In the next chapter, we will try to put everything together and develop a simple calculator.